Hello, this is Felicia Moore, your host for Realty, Resources, and Reality. I'm so glad to be with you. Now, this is our first live broadcast. It's just one of many to come. We plan on doing this every other week here on Reality, Resources, and Realty, but it's really Realty, Resources, and Realities. Three R's, you can't forget it. I am so proud to be a part of Exit West Midtown team. We're here located at 1024 Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway here in Atlanta, Georgia. And we service all of Atlanta. That's right. We do all of the Atlanta metropolitan area and, frankly, anywhere in the state of Georgia. So if you have realty needs, we would love to help you. One of the things that we wanted to make sure is that we gave back to the community. We're doing it in many ways, like giving back to school and other things. But we also wanted to provide information because, as many of you may know, I was an elected official for 24 plus years with the city of Atlanta and in the community, working as a community leader, which probably all totaled over 30 years. And one thing that I know that is really important is knowledge is power. And to make sure that people have an opportunity to have information or just be able to call someone with information. I always tell people, I don't know everything, but I know enough to try to find out how to get that answer. So if you ever have any questions, I'm here. And we're here at Exit Realty West Midtown to help you. Now, what are we going to do today on this show? I'm going to talk about what this show will be about now and into the future. And I will also talk to you about topics. I want to get from you topics that you like. I want to make sure that we are servicing you and getting you what you want and answering those questions. And then we also want to make sure that we're accessible. So as you see scrolling on the bottom of the screen, that is the email and how you can text to me. You can text me at Ask Felicia, and I will answer. So it's Ask Felicia at exitwestmidtown.com, or you can text Ask Felicia to 85377, and I'll respond to you. One, if you want to give show ideas, but two, if you have questions or need someone to help you with your real estate needs. And so I also want to bring up a topic that we're only going to touch on today, but we will be looking at it in the future. And that is deed theft and how people are losing their properties due to deed theft. And so, what is it? Who's vulnerable? And how you can help yourself and how you can help yourself not be a victim of that. I was going to play you a little break right here, but I don't have it ready. So I'm just going to stop right here and ask you to do a couple of things. One, please go out of this. You can, get rid of your comments and then go and if you're on your phone, hit the thumbs up, a like button. Liking this will really help us here at Exit West Midtown know that you like the program, but it helps for YouTube and Facebook because that also helps it get out in the community and also for it to be able to be shared with other people. So please, if you would, it doesn't cost you a thing, just a second to go out and like it. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I'm asking you to please subscribe. When you do so, make sure all of your notifications are turned on. So you have to hit it so you also have all of the notifications turned on. And that way, anytime that we show up, I might run into a realty issue somewhere out there while I'm out and about in the street. And when I do that, I want to be able to go live, and you might want to catch it. And you can always catch the replay. So even if you're catching this in a replay, please do that. And then the other thing, share it. Say, hey, guess what? Felicia Moore has a new show. It's called Realty, Resources, and Reality. Here's a clip of it. please go like and share. So sharing it with others also helps. We're just getting started, so we have to build our audience, and you are a focal point in helping us to build that. So, what topics concern you? Those are the issues that I also want to address. So, please, again, ask Felicia at Exit West Midtown. We'll take any ideas that you may have. Now, so let me go back. What is realty, resources, and reality? So, realty, that part of the show will be on all things real estate. There are so many aspects to real estate, whether it's land or residential or commercial or industrial or agricultural, and the list goes on and on. And there are many aspects. We talk in terms of realty now about housing. Housing is a big topic. There's a low supply and a high demand. And then when there is that demand, there's also very high costs to living. What's affordable housing? What's affordable is what's attainable to you. So some people call it attainable housing. There's all kinds of housing types out there, from condos to single family detached residential structures to duplexes and triplexes and apartment complexes, co-ops. There are a lot of different forms of ownership of property. We want to talk about those and what makes sense for you and what frankly may not make sense to you. How can you get the financing and funding for your property? Once you get that property, what should you do? So that's some of the realities. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But we want to talk about all aspects. But again, ask Felicia at exitwestmidtown.com if you would let me know. We want to make sure that our future shows focus on those things that you're interested in, and make sure that we bring the experts. Because again, I'm not an expert in anything. I've had my real estate license here in the state of Georgia since it's year 2000 and been an associate broker since 2003. But I also had a real estate license before I moved to Atlanta, where I had one with my grandfather who had a brokerage, More to Go Realty, and I worked for him before I moved to Atlanta. So real estate has been in our blood. My family as well has owned a lot of properties where we have rented them out, and that has been the source of income, starting with my grandfather on my mother's side and my father's side, and my father as well. So, real estate is certainly an investment that people make on a day to day basis. And it's the biggest single investment that you'll make in your lifetime. So you want to know how to protect your property, which really spurred me to take time from just trying to get people to buy or sell real estate to really wanting to take time and offer you, the people out there in the city of Atlanta, some place where you can come and get information. And not only in the city, again, we will be working in the metropolitan Atlanta area, and I will bring you issues that may be directly related to Atlanta or the Atlanta metro area or the state of Georgia, but also what are the trends going on nationally and how that impacts us. Because sometimes you can look at other cities and see the issues that they're facing and things that they're dealing with, and find that we will have those same issues here. The other thing is, why is it important? It's important because in these days and times, we have to protect what we have. And trust is a major issue. And we want to be your trusted partner here at Exit West Midtown. We want you to feel that when you come to us, whether it's somebody who just called you and said they want to buy your house and you're thinking about it and they gave you a price, trust us, call us. We will, for free, do a complimentary comparative market analysis so that we can let you know what you should be looking for and what you should be getting with your property. We want to be here, and we want to make sure that we're here to answer those questions that you have so that you don't find yourself in trouble. I think of a story when I was a council member. I have several, but this one that I didn't share in our first episodes was a constituent who received a contract from someone who wanted to buy her home. And so they asked, could you just look at this and see what it looks like, or does it make a lot of sense? Got to looking at the contract, and immediately I knew this is bogus. I mean, basically, to put the story at the end, the person was going to just give their property away to someone, and they weren't going to be paying for it. But those are the questions. Never be afraid to ask questions, and particularly ask questions of professionals. And we're here at Exit West Midtown to answer those questions for you, whether you use our service or not. This is our way of having, as our broker of record, Michael Williams, always says, our heart for the people and making sure that we care for you. And if by chance you do need help, we're here to help you in your real estate services and needs. So the other thing I want this show to be is one that really shares, you know, what you want to hear. People have a variety of concerns or questions. And we have some great partners that work with us here at Exit. And I will be lining them up as we go along with these live shows to talk about those things. Once you are that property owner, how can you keep that property and maintain it? So that's providing you a resource and dealing with the realities of home ownership. Not letting the termites eat your house away until you found out, like me, you sit and you look and you say, something's wrong. My floorboard's a little off. And then once you get to finding out why your door is not closing, and then you get someone to come in and find out you have a termite infestation. Well, we have partners that we can bring to talk about that and things that you should do to protect your home from, people from varmints, I guess, rats and squirrels and roaches and things, termites that can destroy your property. Water can destroy your property. How are you properly draining the water off of your roof? Is it causing foundational issues? Do you have wet crawl spaces? Is your air quality in your house good? Do you have a fire escape plan? Do you have smoke detectors up? Do you use your installation? Do you have adequate installation in your attic around your windows and doors to save you energy efficiency? There's so many things. People just think, set it and forget it. I bought the house, I got it. Well, you've got to maintain it. And so we want to talk about those issues. We want you to be secure, make sure that you're also securing your property. So those are some of the things that we'll talk about. And I want to talk about what's important to you. So again, if you have ideas, questions, please reach out to us and reach out to me at Ask Felicia at exitwestmidtown.com, or you can text Ask Felicia to 85377, and I will be so happy to respond to you. So today I want to just touch on a subject that's going to be coming up um, in our next show. I hope to bring in some other people to talk with us about it. When I first saw this on the news, it really kind of shook me. I said, my goodness, how many people know about this? So I'm going to talk about a reality out there, people who are taking your property, my property, and how you can protect against it. I'll give you a little information today. You can certainly reach out to me and Ask Felicia if you're not in Fulton County. I have some information about Fulton County. But if you're anywhere in the state of Georgia, I'll talk to you about how you can do this. And I did it, and I've already gotten an alert, and I'll tell you about that. So, again, I'm going to take, although not one of my breaks, but one break just to stop and ask if you haven't, if you would please like the video by hitting the thumbs up, share it with your family and friends and others and say, hey, this is a great show. I want you to get the notifications, but make sure when you subscribe, hit that bell and make sure that all the notifications are turned on. So I'm going to talk about this, and this came really in a news broadcast, and there's several of them, and I will be making sure that I play some of the other ones, but I want you to Let's see. I took it off. Let's see if I can get it playing for you here. Okay, let's see. Let me stop sharing and do it again. Share screen. And all right, I think this is it. Let's see. It's not showing. Okay, hold on 1 second. All right, let me go back to my share screen. We're gonna get it done. Share and all right. What I don't do is hear it. Give 1 second.
United Healthcare. There for what matters.
Atlanta's housing market is hot.
Prime property.
Leonard Beckett's home in the West End is proof.
So my grandmother purchased the house for $6,000 in 1970. The house is now worth, as is, without the remodeling, about $280.
What will it be worth once you're done renovating it?
Approximately about $700,000.
That profit potential is exactly why Beckett says just a few years ago, someone tried to steal the home from his grandmother.
Someone was trying to pay for her taxes.
Yes, ma'am.
That
It wasn't her.
It was the first step
Okay,
fraudsters were
well,
taking
for some
to steal
reason,
her
I
deed
had it a
if
minute
they
ago
had
and it's not working, but I'm going to try it one more time because it is in. Myself up here so you can at least look at me while I'm doing it. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to try it one more time. Okay, I need to do it this way, I think.
Beckett's home in the West End is proof.
So my grandmother purchased the house for $6,000 in 1970. The house is now worth, as is, without the remodeling, about $280.
What will it be worth once you're done renovating it?
Approximately about $700,000.
That profit potential is exactly why Beckett says just a few years ago, someone tried to steal the home from his grandmother.
someone was trying to pay for her taxes.
Yes, ma'am.
That wasn't her.
It wasn't her.
It was the first step fraudsters were taking to steal her deed. If they had succeeded,
Well, no, someone would have been over here trying to evict her from her house that she's owned since 1970
So if somebody took this, she'd be left with nothing.
with nothing.
it's a crime the FBI is warning people about.
So I want to talk about this real quick before I go too far into it because there's some really key points I don't want people to miss when you're watching this. He talked about the fact that someone tried to purchase, well, not purchase, but actually they wanted to pay his grandmother's taxes. And then that was the first step when they tried, but they don't always go that route. But I want to point out to you the fact that it was someone that's elderly. And as I've been researching this, the first tier of persons who are probably going to be scammed in this way are the elderly. And why? Because most of them have lived in their homes plus 30 years, and many of them own their homes free and clear. So this scam really works really well when you own your home free and clear. Couple of things happen when you get older and you own your home free and clear. The first thing is you don't get that regular mortgage payment. In your mortgage payment, you pay your taxes and insurance and everything. And so sometimes people that are elderly or can be forgetful or not thoughtful about the fact that you also need to pick up paying your taxes as well as your insurance on your own because they're not coming with that monthly mortgage payment that you're used to. There are banks out there and I know Citizens Trust does it, and I'm sure there are others that will continue to escrow your insurance and your tax payments for you so you don't get in that situation. But we can talk about those resources at another time. But I did want to bring out the point, her being elderly, and that was happening to her. So let me continue, and let's see what else. Again, the FBI has been on this case. Why? Because it's happening
Here's
across
how
the
it
country.
happens. Con artists pick a house, assume the identity of the homeowner with fake IDs, and forge signatures on official paperwork and file it. Then they own the home.
Do you have any idea how prevalent property fraud is in this county?
Not really, because we don't keep records, those type of stats.
But Kathleen Robinson, the Fulton County clerk who handles property deeds, says it's happening nationwide. It's why her office is using a program to protect homeowners called REACT.
It allows you the opportunity.
So REACT, I want to talk about this real quick. If you're in Fulton County, you can Google it, REAACT. It's the Real Estate Activity Alert and Contact Tool. Why this is important, and it doesn't matter what county you're in, many counties have this set up because clerks across the state were really just with their wits end because people were coming in, filing, taking over people's homes by assuming an identity and taking over their deed. So you will get you more information on this in a future show, but you can also sign up. I will tell you at the end another way that you can do it and why it's important. And she's saying react. Is what's happening is people are going to the closing table. They're trying to sell their property and they get there to the closing table only to find out they're not the owner of record anymore. That's not what's recorded. And that causes a lot of title issues. And some people have frankly lost their homes. I'll show you stories where people's homes have been demolished, and they show up at the house, and somebody else is living there. So signing up, what it does, it doesn't stop them from filing a fraudulent deed, but it does give you immediate alert. And that way you can get an attorney and do what you need to do quickly to solve your property issue. Because if you wait years and years and years, when you decide 10, 20 years down the road you want to sell your home, only to find out someone had taken over the deed, it becomes more difficult for you to be able to handle that.
To react if there is something filed against your property. If you don't have this tool and something is filed in our office, you will not have the ability to react if something is filed.
Robinson says it works like alerts for suspicious spending on your credit cards. Once you register your property online with the county, anytime someone tries to file something tied to your home, you get an alert. There are hundreds of thousands of homes in Fulton County, but so far, only 354 properties are registered.
We're hoping that this story, with your help, will actually increase the number because it is a very small number of people who have registered.
Robinson says the program already has sent 94 filing alerts. And the hard truth is when it comes to stealing a home, it's actually not that difficult.
So again, REACT is Fulton County's alert system. I know they have it in Douglas and many other counties. Probably every county clerk in the state has their form of it. But I also want to tell you, and you'll hear about, this is an older story where they were saying why the state wouldn't get involved. Well, the state actually did get involved, and they passed a law. And this law allows for what they call a statewide alert system. So not only can you register your property in this county that you're in, you can also register it outside of the county that you're in. Let's see. I lost my page. Oh no. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Well, I need to find it again and go back to my to present it. But I did want to, while I'm doing that, I did want to say again that signing up is the easiest thing to do. Now, what I did as soon as I saw that story, I said, I know this is one that I'm definitely wanting to. Let's see. I have totally lost my story. There it is. Okay. We're going to get it done. Okay. Here it is. And let me cancel that. Anyway, as I was saying, while I'm doing this, is I was able to sign up for the county's alert system. Once I did that, I also found the one for, oh boy, I also found the one for Fulton County. In the Fulton County, but I also found the one for the state. That's what I'm trying to say. The state system, it was easy to sign up for, so please do that. In addition to that, I was able to get an alert. Of course, I panicked. I'm like, oh my goodness, I just signed up for this. And now I'm going to need it because somebody has, let me get back to here. I think I'm ready. I had to get back to it because I said, well, okay, I got an alert from the state. I didn't get one from Fulton County. What's going on? Well, what I found out was I actually had a lien that was filed for a campaign expense thing. So I've got to get that taken care of. But the great thing about it is I probably wouldn't have known about it had I not signed up for the alert system. If I hadn't signed up for the alert system, I wouldn't know at all. So it not only searched my name, my property, but it also searched my name. I had to go back a little bit, so let's continue with the story. Uh-oh, wait a minute, I know what's the problem. I've got to turn the volume on. Let's see.
Once you're done renovating it.
Approximately about $700,000.
That profit potential is exactly why Beckett says just a few years ago, someone tried to steal the home from his grandmother.
Someone was trying to pay for her taxes.
Yes, ma'am.
That wasn't her.
It wasn't her.
It was the first step fraudsters were taking to steal her deed. If they had succeeded,
Well, no, someone would have been over here trying to evict her from her house that she's owned since 1970
So if somebody took this, she'd be left with nothing.
with nothing.
it's a crime the FBI is warning people about. Here's how it happens. Con artists pick a house, assume the identity of the homeowner with fake IDs, and forge signatures on official paperwork and file it. Then they own the home.
Do you have any idea how prevalent property fraud is in this county?
Not really, because we don't keep records, those type of stats.
But Kathleen Robinson, the Fulton County clerk who handles property deeds, says it's happening nationwide. It's why her office is using a program to protect homeowners called React.
It allows you the opportunity to react if there is something filed against your property. If you don't have this tool and something is filed in our office, you will not have the ability to react if something is filed.
Robinson says it works like alerts for suspicious spending on your credit cards. Once you register your property online with the county, anytime someone tries to file something tied to your home, you get an alert. There are hundreds of thousands of homes in Fulton County, but so far, only 354 properties are registered.
We're hoping that this story, with your help, will actually increase the number, because it is a very small number of people who have registered.
Robinson says the program already has sent 94 filing alerts. And the hard truth is, when it comes to stealing a home, it's actually not that difficult.
You could just come in and say, I'm the owner. Here's my ID that says I'm the owner.
It sounds like it's kind of easy to do this.
It's like anything else. It's easy if you know what you're doing.
Ned Blumenthal is an attorney and partner at Weissman Law. He says what makes things even easier for con artists is the law.
As long as you have a deed that's properly notarized and witnessed, that's got original signatures, things like that, then as long as you pay the money, the clerk has to record it.
So if I'm able to falsify certain documents that look legitimate and bring them to the clerk's office, I can obtain a deed.
Yeah, you can.
So why doesn't Georgia change its law? Blumenthal says it's actually because homeowners would be against it.
There could be laws that would make it more difficult for something like that to happen. The trade-off is that every homeowner then has to provide a lot of information.
Instead, Blumenthal echoes the county's message to sign up for REACT. That's exactly what Leonard Beckett did.
It's been really helpful, gave me a peace of mind.
Peace of mind that an expensive and competitive housing market is priceless.
And so, again, the law didn't change, where there was more regulations on how you can get a deed in your name, but the law did change to provide a statewide place where you can register your property. So I would suggest your county of record as well as the state of Georgia. And we'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about, get you the information if you don't want to already Google it, where you can sign up. It's really easy. It's simple. You put in your name and your address and how you want to get the alerts, and they will send it to you. And I think that it gives you peace of mind only in the fact that you know that someone cannot go behind you and do that. So today we talked about an example where it was really focused on the elderly, but everyone can fall victim to this. And when you have a tight housing market and you have scammers out there, you can be a victim. Again, so we're going to end this first live broadcast. Thank you for working with us through the technical difficulties. We will only get better and stronger, but we also need you to help us to get a greater audience. Please share this on your social media, whether it be Facebook or whether it be Facebook or YouTube, and share it with people and ask them to like and subscribe and get the notifications. We are going to continue to bring you great content with resources that you can use, talk about the realities of real estate. Thank you so much for joining us for this, our first live broadcast, and we will see you in 2 weeks. So we will be doing this every other week on Thursday for Realty, Resources, and Reality. Have a great day.